I've noticed about us exoticals is we tend to cause chaos everywhere that we go, from the workplace to school. If you have a type of friendship where they have a partner, sometimes that can get kind of weird. Um, a lot of the times they can feel some type of way about you being around their man. I've been around these situations a plenty of times. I've had females act one way with me alone, another way with me when their man is around. And if they're a pick me, their man's gonna be around a lot. So those relationships can get chaotic. I'm just trying to think. I've been through so many situations just because of the way that I look, my phenotype. You're When you're an exotical, you tend to stand out of your community, especially if you're in a mostly black community. Even if you're in a mostly white community, you tend to be the one that sticks out because our the thing about being an exotical is we have different types of features. We have multiple different features. We're not just all one race mixed into our phenotype. We have plenty of different races mixed into our phenotype, so that gives us a unique look, and that really helps us stand out. Whether it's your skin complexion, your hair texture, both, your features, whatever it is about you that makes you an exotical is what makes you stand out and what causes you to get attention. Whether that's in the positive or the negative, you're getting attention regardless. You're making haters, okay? You're making a lot of them. I like to say that exoticals do have an inherent natural beauty because of the mixture of features that we do have. I know people are going to probably misread and misunderstand what I just said, and we're not sitting here saying that we're more beautiful than everybody else. That's not what we are ever saying. This is just our space for us to talk about us. And we uplift each other, we speak positivity into each other. And so I can say that exoticals are inherently attractive. Other communities can say that about themselves. If they choose not to, that's on them. Don't come over here and try to misunderstand what I just said and saying, oh, y'all think y'all better. Because I'm so tired of hearing that too. People thinking that we're better because we're confident in the way that we look and that we like the way that we look. Aren't you supposed to like the way that you look? Aren't you supposed to be uplifting each other? The groups in my experience that have given us the hardest time and the most hate are unambiguous black women, sometimes men, if they're the jealous type of men, white women who are either they're insecure or they feel like they're supposed to be above you, but they don't feel like they are, and they feel like their white privilege isn't doing them any justice. I'm thinking about a white lady in my head right now, and she was in a manager position above me. I haven't seen her at the workplace in a while, so that's a good sign. I hope she actually quit. But I swear I always triggered this lady. Anytime I was in the bathroom trying to fix my hair up in the mirror or something, and she came in, I almost, it felt like some type of a tension. You know how you could tell when people's energy changes? It's like her energy changed as soon as this happens to me twice. Whenever she would come into the bathroom and she see me looking at myself in the mirror, I'm just fixing myself up regular on some regular. But I bet she's thinking all kinds of stuff because that lady, I'm telling you, she always felt the type of way. She was trying to get me in trouble and everything, and I just didn't let her get away with that. She tried to accuse me of not doing my job, and I told her, "Are you checking the computer, the system, to see if I'm even scanning anything? Because I have been scanning stuff." She was trying to she was trying to say that other people were saying that I haven't been working. When I just saw those people like a minute ago, but she was saying 30 minutes has passed and people say you ain't working. I was like, what people? Because I was just over there and I was just scanning. Are you checking the computers? And she ain't had nothing to say after that. I'm not gonna let people play with me, play in my face, white or black. One thing I noticed about people, a lot of people need someone to feel superior to. So a lot of times when I'm dealing with white women, it's usually because I can't prove it, but I feel like they think, how dare you be prettier than me? How dare you get more attention from the men than me? I get attention from the white men too. It's not it's Mexican men, Asian men, white men that I get a lot of attention from at my job. I get attention from I hardly have unambiguous black men at my job anymore as much as I used to like a couple months ago. They all kind of quit or whatever. So, but I was dealing with them. I deal with all kinds of racism men, and I know the women see it. I can't do nothing about it. I can't help the attention that I attract from men. I cannot help it. I am not going out the house looking basic. I am not going out the house half-assed. I am naturally pretty. I haven't even been wearing foundation the last month or so. Just killing the game with this new mud mask, and I'm trying to tell you, like, they just can't stand a natural pretty girl. And I just feel like, in my opinion, exoticals have a natural beauty just because of the mixture of different features that we all have. Like, we are so beautiful as a collective. I am truly blessed to have been born exotical. Monoracial exotical, but exotical nonetheless. Because if you have to question what I am, which I get a lot, or what are you mixed with? If you're a monoracial and you keep getting asked that question, what are you mixed with? You're an exotical monoracial black woman. Because I have the same phenotype as Atia and Tamara Bari. You look at them, you know they're mixed race, but I look like them. Also, I'm not mixed race. So it's like, I have mixture to like a grandparent away. So I'm pretty much mostly black. I just have features that, I look like I could be mixed race. I could get away with being mixed race. That's why I call it a mixed passing. Because people literally think I'm mixed race before they think I'm black. And I think it's the black admixture in all of us that really defines our beauty, to be honest with you, because you got to understand that's what connects all of us exoticals is our blackness. That we all do have blackness with admixture. So, black women are already the most beautiful women on the planet. But then you adding a mixture of different type of features, it makes you look unique almost. Like you just look unique and different, and that's beautiful all by itself. So why do you think people wanted to gaslight you for so many years throughout your life to make you feel unbeautiful when you actually were? But people who are either envious or jealous of your phenotype because they don't like their own phenotype, they don't know how to praise their own phenotypes and celebrate their own phenotypes. They're too busy trying to make you feel how they feel about their phenotype because people need people to feel superior to. And so if they can make you feel down, you won't even see your own beauty if you allow that. So we can't allow people to do that to us anymore. For the younger girls, I'm talking to my younger self too. Like what would I have wanted to hear when I was younger, when I didn't know myself? Because I knew I was pretty because I always got compliments from grown-ups. I always got complimented. I always had a boyfriend. But I never felt beautiful because there was women in my life who saw me and saw the attention that I was getting, but they wanted me to feel bad about myself. So they wouldn't, because people think when you get a lot of attention, you gotta hide like a big head about yourself. And I would never understand the type of insecure person that wants somebody else to feel that way about themselves. I would never understand the mindset of an insecure person who wants other people to feel bad too. You don't even like the way you feel. Like you feel like shit. Instead of fixing that so you don't have to feel that way anymore, you want other people to feel that way too. And if you don't have a strong mind, if you didn't have parents to train you, to raise you, to have the confidence to not let anybody gaslight you or make you feel inferior, if you don't have that foundation from your parents, you're gonna grow up lost and confused in the world. And you have to rebuild as an adult like I did. I don't want that for any of my exoticals. So you have to know you're pretty now. Look in the mirror and know it. Other races of women can see your beauty as well. It's not just the black community that the only difference is I don't get as much hate from the other communities as I do from the black community. For as far as my looks go, as far as being hated on goes. I get it, but it's not on the same scale at all. But it happens. But it hurts me. I guess it hurts me the most when it's from my own people. Why why does me meeting the beauty standard make me victim of hate and sabotage? I will never understand, especially if I have no control over the beauty standard. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault I was born this way. Genes are amazing and very random. You come out how you come out. And you just hope the people that you are born into the world to accept you for who you are and embrace you and love you. But for me, most of my life, not even just because of my phenotype, but because of the culture I grew up around, mostly white and Asian communities. So I talk white, I talk proper. I listen to what they call white girl music. I just grew up in a non monocultural environment. I grew up in a multicultural environment. So on top of how I look, on top of how I talk, on top of the type of music I like, people in the black community will definitely make you feel like an outsider. Like you think you a white girl, or it's ridiculous. Like black people put themselves in a box. Like you can only be this way if you want to be considered black. Otherwise, you're not really black. It's like you're black when convenient. Like if I were to run for president, I would be the first black female president. And if I would have won. But that's being black when convenient. But because if I'm just a regular me, not famous, not a president, just regular black in the neighborhood, how I am with the white accent or whatever, how I dress and everything, I'm not black enough to be down with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And I've accepted as an adult now. Like, it took me years as a kid because I've always wanted to feel accepted. I never felt accepted. Always felt different. Even online, I noticed something. Whenever I would go on TikTok, for example, and I would go on like an unambiguous black woman's live, and they were on live, I'm thinking about two people very specifically that I tend to watch their lives. Every now and then I would make a comment on their live, and I noticed these content creators, they'll normally reply to the people in the comment section. But I notice when I make a comment, they'll straight ignore it every time. My picture is showing and everything on the profile picture, so you can see I'm a light-skinned black girl. And I only get ignored. And I'm not making this up. I'm not being dramatic here. I peep this and I try to make sure I'm not tripping. I did it again last night before I even make this video. Because I just wanted to, maybe it's in my head. Maybe they just really didn't see my comment. But no, they see my comment. They just straight up ignored me. But this is in real life too. Unambiguous women see me. They either give me an attitude, especially if they work in reception at a receptionist desk. I have to deal with their attitudes, passive aggressive behavior. They are just straight up mean to me. And forgive me if I sound funny. I have a cold. Try to talk through my nose and stuff. But they be straight up mean to me. I would always try to befriend unambiguous black women. I just always felt like they would eventually turn on me. They would eventually steal my boyfriend. They would eventually plot a, a whole plot against me to get me in trouble. I've had a group of unambiguous black women team up against me to plot against me to get me in trouble in high school. I've had terrible experiences with them. Even the way they just straight up pick on me for how I talk, dress, things that I'm interested in that's white girly. I can't even. I used to act hood just to fit in when I was younger. Cause when you don't know yourself, you'll literally mold yourself into anything to fit in to the crowd. And I was so drawn and attracted to the black culture. I started around puberty because this was around, I think I was in ninth or eighth grade. Was it eighth grade? It had to have been eighth grade. I started to really digest the black culture more. I remember this time period, I was putting hip hop posters all over my wall. This is around the time Trey Songz just came out. I remember having Trey Songz posters all over my room. Chris Brown just came out, Neo, that whole era. I had all of their posters on my wall. What was that magazine that we used to like as a kid where all the posters were in and you would take them out of the magazine? I want to say JB magazine, but it was a magazine that was for like teenagers and they had all the posters in it. I remember just really trying to dig into my black culture, the hip hop side of things, because I was always very attracted to that culture. Because I'm black, I grew up around white people prior to this mostly until the sixth grade, my first experience going to a hood middle school. And I think that's kind of where I had my first culture shock. My mom told me when I was younger that when we first moved to that neighborhood when I was in sixth grade, it was in North Fork, Virginia. And she remembered me saying, because we had just moved from Hawaii to Virginia, and she was saying that she remembered me saying that, why are there so many black people here? Because we were in a store where there was 90% black people, and I've never experienced that before. It was always, we were the minority. It was always just us and mostly white people or Asians. It was like always less than 10% black people in any environment that I've ever been into until I first moved to the hood. And this was around the time I started to act like I wanted to fit in, and baby fat was out and I wanted baby fat clothes. I wanted those big wet winter jackets that we used to wear that was cool back then. All the cool stuff. I just wanted to learn the culture. So from sixth grade to eighth grade, I was heavily watching 106 in Park and learning the black music because I was listening to white girl music before that. But I was tired of whenever I would try to make friends with a black person, they would think I'm not black enough, or we listen to, because we will always go visit my grandparents and they listen to, they're from the hood, so I'm just completely different to them. I'm a white girl. I'm a white girl dipped in chocolate. So, I had to learn my culture on my own. My parents didn't teach me. I had to learn on my own. And I fell in love with the culture. I did. But even with all of that, I still felt like an outsider. Not feeling like I didn't really fit in like that. So I had to really learn the culture. And I still feel like I didn't fit in. So, you know, fast forward to today, at this age 31, I don't care about fitting in at all. Um, I'm happily being myself. I was listening to my white girl music yesterday in the car and I do not care. There was a point in time in my life where if I would ever be if I was driving in my car and my music was white girl music, and then I would drive in a black neighborhood, I would change my music to something more urban so people won't think you know, I would do stuff like that, but I'm not doing that anymore because I realized that I'm okay the way I am. I am happy listening to whatever I want to listen to. If I want to listen to hip hop today, I'm gonna listen to hip hop today. If I want to listen to pop today, I'm gonna listen to pop today. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. I'm still black. Ain't nobody, ain't nobody gonna take my blackness away from me. Black people put each other in a box. It's crazy. But being multicultural is a blessing. It really is. You learn so much about other cultures. It's not just one culture you're learning from. A culture that don't even support each other anyway. The black community hardly supports each other at all. So they always hating on each other, talking about each other behind each other's back. The people that hurt me the most in my life were black people. The people that hurt me the most in my entire life were black people. Because you would think that black people are supposed to treat each other like family, but we just don't. We don't support each other or anything. I mean, I hardly see it. We don't. We're doing better probably, but we still got a long way to go. Yeah, I know my boyfriend is an underground rapper, and we was having conversations about marketing, and I was suggesting to him you might have to reach a white audience. He was under that impression too that he might have to reach a white audience in order to really get, appreciated and supported. It is true. Other communities support each other way better than we do. So yeah, Exotical, we cause commotion and chaos all of the time. We cause drama all of the time. We really have to be careful where we choose to work because our mental health is everything. It's important, and we could keep ignoring the haters all day, but they're never gonna stop. It's best to just find an environment that suits you, that's best for you. I'm currently looking for another job that better suits me, where I don't have to deal with constant sabotage and haters every day. People just trying to have a bunch of pickies gang up and uh, passive aggressively try and mess with me and stuff like that. I'm sick of it. I don't want to always have to just ignore the haters. I just want them gone. You know what I'm saying? I just want them gone. Because our mental health is so all we really have control over, for real. So don't allow people to have control over that. Please don't give people the power to take over your mental health. It's just, dude, please don't do it. I had so many fake friends, so many people stab me in the back, thinking that they was cool, but they was really just trying to, fuck up my life in some way. Because they feel like I got a date or something. I don't know how many times people said they thought I was bougie when they first met me. They thought I was gonna be a mean girl when they first met me. Like, why do you think that? Having my rested bitch face is one thing, but I'm usually smiling and I'm usually goofing around, having a good time with people. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for people to think that other than a stereotype because I like to dress up and look nice. But that's no reason to think I'm a mean girl at all. I just be wanting to make friends. Like, that's it. But I'm okay with not making any at this point in my life. I'm really okay with not. Because I love myself. I found who I am. I love myself unconditionally. And once you actually love yourself, you really are content with your own company and God's company. You don't need a lot of people around you. You just need your outlet, whatever that is. My outlet is YouTube. You have an outlet so you can knit because you don't have anybody to knit to. So that's what I usually do. Just have a little outlet, seek therapy. Something I also have done. It works. Do what you have to do. Don't let these people play in your face. Don't let them win. Don't give them the power to win. Like I said, the beautiful thing about us is we have a different admixtures in us. We have different features that make us look different and stand out. And when you stand out of a crowd, you're gonna cause tension. And it's important to listen to the positive attention, not the negative attention. The positive ones. Go where you're celebrated, go where you're accepted. And that's why we created this space, because this is where we're celebrated. When we was trying to go to the unambiguous spaces, Black empowerment spaces, we kept getting talked shit to in the comment section and told us to go somewhere else, or you can't relate, whatever it is. Just my profile picture on TikTok gets me ignored by unambiguous Black women who all I just wanted to feel like a sisterhood with. They don't want to feel a sisterhood with me. So now they want to come over here and think we're the ones trying to divide ourselves. It's funny how the tables have turned. Like, we have been silenced for years while y'all continue to talk shit about us because the majority of Black men prefer us. It's not our fault. It's the white beauty standard that's at fault, and we just so happen, a majority of us so happen to fall into the white beauty standard. And a lot of it, in my opinion, featurism is bigger than colorism, in my opinion, because I noticed darker skinned women with keener features getting the same treatment as a lighter skinned woman in our society. Think about Chile, for example. You know what I'm saying? They call Exoticals the safe Black. I think that's the term I've heard. You know how they call like brown skin like safe brown, but it's like the Exoticals are the safe Black people. I've heard that before. So it's like I've been in situations in public where I was walking beside somebody who was unambiguous, and then there was me, and then there would be a white person coming forward. I noticed they would be more comfortable approaching me over the unambiguous person, even in another situation where they would walk past. I noticed they don't clutch their bag around me versus somebody who's unambiguous. And this is stuff I've noticed because I'm a people watcher. I watch things. So I'm just observing. I'm like, that's crazy to me, But, that's one of the privileges of being an exotical. People want us to acknowledge our privileges, but do they really? Do they really want us to do that? Or that's just something that, I don't know, because they say that, but then when we do, they'll be like, oh, who do y'all think y'all are? The same people that y'all want to acknowledge y'all want us to acknowledge our privileges, so we're doing that. What's the problem? That's all we're doing. We're not going on other people's platforms and doing it. We're doing it on our own platforms. We're just talking about things that we can relate to. But we always have to cause problems everywhere that we go. No matter what we do, we're going to cause problems. No matter what we do. We don't have to do anything, literally. Quite literally. We can be minding our own business on our own platforms. This is my platform. I can say whatever I want on my platform. People coming up here all the time, I always delete the comments. That's just unnecessary to even have typed. Why would you waste your time typing this? If you don't even agree with anything I just said, why are you even watching the video? I don't clickbait my videos, so it's not misleading you what I'm about to talk about. I literally re-listen to my videos before I post them to not only just proof it, but to kind of make sure I'm titling it correctly. So I know I'm not baiting anything. So people are just coming over here just knowing that they're going to get blocked for one, knowing that I'm going to delete their comment if it's unnecessarily warranted. If you don't like what I'm saying, just click out of the video. Don't give me a view. Why would you do that if you don't like what I'm saying? It'll be something I said towards the end of the video that they'll have a response about. And I'm like, you watched the whole video. They disagreed with everything. Like, I just don't understand that. If I disagree with a video, I'm clicking off it. And that's just the end of the story. That's their platform. They can do whatever they want over there. But For some reason, people feel the need to sabotage what we have going on, no matter if it's online, if it's in real life. We just have to be victims of sabotage. And I'm sick of it. Just let us exist. We was trying to fit in with y'all. Y'all don't like when we try to fit in with y'all. Y'all wanted us to create our own space. That's what we're doing. Now y'all want to come over here and copy us. Try to imitate our content. Try to act like everything we're saying is so untrue. Oh my god. I'm just so tired of people. I am tired of people. I just want to exist. I just want to exist. And I just want to help people. That's it. So, that's really all I wanted to say in this video. What do you guys think? Do you guys know what I'm saying here? What are you guys' stories with sabotage and people trying to, gaslight you or whatever, or causing chaos anywhere that you ever went? Have you ever caused chaos anywhere that you went? Let me know, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you for listening.